take 5? I don't flipping whatever. Oh my gosh. That was... I don't even know. But I did find out what happened with my regular internet. The cat apparently unplugged the router. Okay. Yeah. Damn heat. Yeah, like I said, I blame the heat. It's one of those days. Like, everything's been kind of difficult just the whole day. No matter what we do. Everything's just kind of went to shit. Yeah. Oh my goodness. So hopefully we'll get some SLZ builds. What's up? How's it going? Thanks for tuning in to take 5 or 6, however many streams I'll start and restart today. It's just frustrating. Yeah, everything went to hell in a handbasket today. That is for sure. Just irritating. Just irritating. So, I did want to check for. Yeah, it is one thing after another today with the stream. Everything's just kind of nothing's cooperating. Oh, okay, there we go. So I did need to just check a few things on here real quick. So, so the Rhino ESC better than the Crawlmaster. I've never used the Crawlmaster one. The other Silent Assassin that I order, or that I use most of the time. No, Theron, I'm live again, but I'm not using my phone. Is the Silent Assassin ESC. The other one that I need to try is the, speaking of, what's up JJ? Thanks for tuning in, is the Deluxe Suppressor. That is the next Silent Assassin, or like the next like silent ESC that I want to try. I haven't got one. I just missed a couple random here and there. But yeah, the silent one's the next one on. So, but I don't know. So far, I've been using it on the Class 1 here, and I just got it fixed to the high-low. Smoothness and everything, quiet. Honestly, it did really, really well. And I will do a video on it here after a little bit once I get a little more familiar with it. Because I like to get familiar with the stuff, especially electronics, before I do a video, unless it's just, certain companies just put out good stuff, so I know it's safe to just make a video. That one's still very new to the market, and they work. They're a pain in the ass to set up, I'm not gonna lie to you. Luckily, I can use the same software, because it's AM32 for the Silent Assassin and the Rhino, so software-wise now, I'm good to go. Because I can just use the stuff I'm already familiar with. The calibration on this Rhino ESC sucks. Or I followed 2 or 3 different videos on it, do the exact same thing. It's pretty simple. It's normal calibration, throttle on, turn everything on, and do your calibrations. And this one just, they're not going the way they were. Like the one in the high-low last night, I must have spent 20 or 30 minutes trying to calibrate it. Nothing worked, and finally I just let it sit there. And I was I let my controller set there, and it just sat there, let it do a noise, and then all of a sudden it calibrated and everything worked. So, yeah. But yeah, the next one that I need to snag is the deluxe suppressor. I know that one's also really, really good and very, very popular. So, but yeah, JJ. Speaking of, I know you're tuning in now. Like we're on like take 7,000 whatever for Thursday night live stream here, but we do have that beautiful Nessie here. Just got it unboxed today, so we'll get a few more things going and good to go from there. Probably go ahead and get it built up, and then next week I'll get the transmission stuff ordered for it. I needed to split it up for a little bit. So, hey mate, what are your thoughts on the Ground Fox chassis for the Phoenix? I personally haven't used the Ground Fox stuff. I've thought about it a few times, but there's other ones out there that have worked really good. The Interceptors are really good and popular VS410 swap. I know a lot of people do like the Ground Fox one. I've seen them in person, and they look really, really good. I've never used one or built one like that. So, Jason, yes, yeah. DLX said, yes. Theron, we are back. I heard they don't like anything over 2,000 kV. That's what I've heard, but I'm not. I run 2,100 kVs with my Solid Assassin and a 2,000 kV Black Jacket. I do have a 1,500 kV coming, or I'm going to get one coming for it. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, like I was mentioned, I think someone was asking about speaking like the micro winch to like a full size winch. Like I said, for a micro winch, for us, like that was pretty good. I like that a lot. And then, I mean, like my go-to, also because I'm not the best driver, so I need a super handy dandy winch. So when all else fails, we have the Ninja winch. This thing, the Ninja winch is my jam. Thing has saved me many, many times in comp situations. But again, like I've mentioned people too before, like I recommend the Ninja winch because it's really, really good and it's awesome. But before I do that, or before you comp, I always, especially if you get a fast winch like the Ninja, or like the PowerShift Roadrunner, before you get like a super fast winch like this, those winches are not for everybody. Some people just do not like and cannot do a super fast winch. I mean, if you do have one, I recommend spinning the next time you get one and go crawling. I recommend just spinning several battery packs, just winching, just spinning it out and getting used to the speed. Put yourself in a couple situations, have a buddy help you, work on some different situations, because you do have to get used to the speed because it is fast. It can get out of hand really, really quick. So, yes. JJ, Rhino default settings are goofed up from what I've heard. Yes, so all three of mine so far have came with the stuck rotor protection on, which is for drones. So you definitely have to get that one and tune it and turn it off, because that's not good. And my first one actually was full drone. Forward and backwards was disabled. So I actually got that one to calibrate the first time correctly, but then I only had one direction because it was in drone mode. So once I got all that figured out, finally got everything calibrated, said I'll probably do a video on them here once I get more familiar. I still have one more, because there's two of them. There's a 40 amp and an 80 amp. So I got one of each this last time just to see. Function wise, they work great. They do really, really well. The setup, that's something different. Or maybe I can figure out a good way to actually get it to calibrate. Because I've also heard not just the calibration different, but the calibration between radio brands is noticeably different. People are having like Fly Sky or Swana or Spectrum. Like each radio seems it almost needs a different way to calibrate because they're not just nothing's clicking the way it should be. So Okay, yeah, I'm back to, like I said, take 30,000 for the Thursday night. We run the suppressor on 2500 kV regular. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've ran mine on high kV. My Sauna Assassins I've ran on high kV on 4S, and I've had no problems. Maybe I just got lucky, but I know some like them right around that 2,000. But honestly, that's what I run anyway. I run right around that 1,500 to 2,100 kV range. Like that's my personal sweet spot on 4S, because 4S is everything's smoother. The battery lasts better on 4S, so it's done really, really well for me. Ronaldo, the Zokuric? Oh, the Zoku RC Phoenix switch is pretty good. I've heard about that one. I hit the fan page the other day just to take a look around and stuff, but that was about where everything ended because I moved on. But yeah, JD, I'm definitely excited to get that Nessie rolling. That'll probably be my Crawlapalooza Class 3. I think that'll be the plan. If not, or if I don't run it, the kiddo will. So I'll still have to build a hard body for my Class 1 for Crawlapalooza. The high-low will be my Crawlapalooza Class 2, and then the EXO does good, whether to point it out or not, but I think we'll just switch it up. We'll probably leave the EXO full Sorka 50 points, and then we'll make the Nessie crazy. G-Mommy, have I thought about flipping the shocks on an X-Max? Mine worked there. I don't have an X-Max. Theron, I shredded my first one. Yes, you did. You shredded your first one. I think I was there. Because I think either your finger or my finger, someone's finger was caught in there. But it's okay. This is Bill's thumbs up. Okay, well, thank you very much. Much appreciated. Ronaldo, opinion on best shock length for a Reaper build? Depends on your axles. I ran portals on mine, so I like 80mm shocks. Whether it be 80mm in the Works RC shocks, some modified 2660s, or the ultra short DriveTechs here. Also, Deluxe. There's a lot of Deluxe on here tonight, oddly enough. It just, everything kind of flows. We got a theme tonight. But yeah, I said I actually have a new set in the Works 80s that I got for my high-low. Other stuff going on. I'll eventually get everything switched over. J-Bam, hey mate, with the Noble controller and the Vanquish transmitter, what switch would you choose for the dig and overdrive servo? Well, those are just on off. So I would probably do my dig with this trigger right here, just so I can quick dig on, dig off, and I would probably use a combination of the paddles for the overdrive functions. Like my Phoenix though, I ditched. I got rid of the overdrive and the dig. I used it a lot when I first built it, probably just because it was new feature to have on a trail truck. But since then, like honestly, I just pulled them all out because I was like, I don't actually ever use these. And I realized I spilled a drink on my Noble the other day. That's not good. I'm gonna have to clean that out. Or I'm just gonna disable that switch so it can't do anything. Don't spill your monster on your controllers. But all in all, yeah, it's been pretty good. Was able to, get some builds and stuff caught up, get some stuff rolling, so it's definitely good. Actually, I did a lot more right after Rocky Mountain than I had anticipated. Mostly because I sold my Class 1 while I was up there. And I was in a hurry to get this Class 1 built and up and running because there was supposed to be a Sorka series comp in Oklahoma, but then storms came in and wiped out the area we were supposed to comp at, so we ended up not comping. So I could have probably taken a little bit longer with this, but honestly everything came out really good. Rather, I was fast paced or not. So in the end, it all worked out. And then just getting everything else up and running, make sure everything else is tuned. We rebuilt Kiddo a new truck, got him some stuff rolling, so pretty good there. Gmail, could have sworn you had an X-Max. Oh, yes, in the past, yes, I did have an X-Max way back. Now my only big thing is the SCX6. That is the monster I have now. As far as bigger scale vehicles, I don't have any Bashers. No. Not that I don't like them, I just don't have the time for them. We usually, Sundays are our RC crawling day, and like Saturdays, like I don't, it's like I like RC, I don't need to do RC like both days every weekend. I mean, every once in a while it'd be nice to get on a Basher and just go kind of cut loose, but it is A-okay for me. I'm trying to think, I don't think we got anything else really rocking and rolling. We are still waiting. I think I guess the other new edition, possibly. I really want the new Element, the U-Tron. Not necessarily for the body, but I want the IFS2 kit. But at the same time, the Trucks of Freedom from Vanquish is almost too good of a deal to pass up. I've resisted thus far, but if it's still going on next Friday, we'll get one. That'll be the plan. If they're still available or they restock them and there's some next Friday, I will probably snag a Truck of Fortune instead. Just because, I mean, even if you go with the low grade, you're getting a truck, whether it be a kit or an RTR. You're getting a truck and other stuff to go with that. And I mean, overall quality, the Vanquish obviously is going to be better. But we'll see. I said if not, if the Trucks of Freedom is done by next week, we'll go ahead and just get the new Element. Because actually, I think I think they said it was shipping next week, so those should be hitting stores here pretty soon as well. So that'll be nice to see. I'm not touching my phone. Theron, I know you sent me something, but it'll have to wait. Oh, hold on. One. So, anyways, sorry, had to, guys were, needed to message a few people back that I forgot about. Elijah, what's up, buddy? How's it going? Team C2C, yes, we have all of our codes. So the mailman must apparently dislike me because my hats haven't showed up yet. And I'm sad because you guys have all posted, everyone's been posting pictures of all their hats, and mine hasn't showed up yet. But the postal run here, everything actually, other than the Nessie showed up on time, and the Hyde is scheduled to show up on time, but everything else that I've ordered lately was delayed out here locally. Nothing was shipping with nothing against any company for shipping. It wasn't their fault. It was once it got here, everything got delayed. And I guess my 3-wheels order, that actually showed up on time too. Everything else seemed like it was like a day or two behind of what it normally takes for something to get here. So yeah, so definitely excited. Other than the heat, everything else I think's been going pretty good. But comp wise, I mean, or build wise, what's everyone else been up to? Any else rocking out some new builds or anything new coming out that is interesting or people are looking forward to getting or anything like that? So let me know. That way I'm hoping to get my pace setter out the next couple weeks. I'm well on vacation in southeast Minnesota. Nice. Pace setter is a blast. I truly love this truck. It's just fun all the time. It really is just fun. Jason Clark Heat get understatement right now. Understatement. The only thing left I need to do is actually make like a nice proper front bumper instead of just hacking up one that I already had laying around. But again, I get lazy sometimes. Ow. But yeah, man, the pace setter has just been a blast. Actually, the SCX10 Pro platform in general has been a blast because I mean, we see me. I built this. I did stock form, and then I did the Oracle chassis, and now the pace setter. And this thing just puts in work, for sure. Super excited. Just done so well. I haven't really had to tune much of anything, and honestly, just the little upgrades here and there are just get a little bit better and better. I mean, the last thing I did to it was the brass tubes there on the front, just because, and then I found the rear link riser, so I picked that up to try it out, and honestly, everything's worked really well. But yeah, honestly, I really like the S610 Pro platform a lot. I would not mind snagging another one of those. Honestly, I really want it. Maybe I could probably build one for the kiddo or something like that. And plus, I said I've debated, like I've wanted to swap out the transmission with like a Creeper T from Team Garage Hack, but I do like that selectable overdrive option because if I do just want to trail with this, I can just swap that overdrive so everything's 0%. So less strain on my drivetrain and all that. So I could trail with that if I really wanted to. So I think we've decided to just leave it that way. I'm liking the new stuff Axel's come out with. Yeah, I've seen lots of good stuff. I said this was a heck of a release. It was definitely one that, other than people that, I mean, obviously some people knew, but honestly, that was one that really kind of got everybody. Obviously, the demand because that was on back order for quite some time. So definitely a good one. Jason's building my L Captain on C3 at the moment with some super shafty CP44s. That's the way to do it. That's just a killer C3 setup, plain and simple. Justin, I know a guy for bumpers. This is true. You've made me lots of bumpers. I've gotten pretty good at my bumpers. I'm actually pretty proud of my bumpers that I've made lately. The only thing with this one is I do need to use like the stock hole here because I've gotten so much steering out of these axles. I touch the outside of the frame rail at full lock as it is. So my bumper, even like I normally would just make bumpers on the outside, they would hit already so I need to make one that slides in through the stock bumper mount. So that would be my next task at hand, which honestly still wouldn't be too terrible to do. Honestly, it'd probably be pretty easy, but yeah, I've got enough steering out of these axles now that I touch the frame rails. So SLZ builds. I'll start with my high-low, but missing the skid. Ooh, what? Oh, what trans you going with, or what skid? Brazen Pro skid, I would imagine. Start. I just need deluxe to make portal chubs for axles now, so we can use some AR-45 knuckles. You're on the deluxe fab page because they've posted some really cool stuff lately. There were some stuff teased. I don't know if there was a post about it, but there were some comments that teased new stuff and showed new things. um, because I'm interested in what's coming out too. I'm sure you're on the Deluxe Fat page. You've got to be, or you're that close. You probably know what's coming. SLZ, you guys got a tornado watch in your area? I heard Denver's on watch. I mean, Denver's still a bit of ways. I mean, honestly, this is Kansas. There could very well be one out there. Honestly, with the heat right now, if a storm rolled in now, that would not be cool. I don't think it would be very good. I don't think we're good storm-wise until tomorrow night. We'll probably get the tail end of that storm tomorrow when it comes through. Now with the heat and the cool down, it could get a little nasty tomorrow and Saturday. But right now, good, just hot. And I said, when I left work, it was 106 degrees. Inside of an all-black truck that had been sitting outside all day long, not fun. Not fun. Luckily, I mean, it wasn't. I ran out to the truck earlier to grab some stuff out of my truck, and it was like death. But I did remember it was almost the end of the day. I was like, ooh, click. I made sure to remote start my truck to at least cool it down. But even the truck even ran for 15 or 20 minutes, and it was still toasty. But my summer thing is, make sure you put your visor in, and Tundra has the roll down rear window, so the rear window comes down. It helps a lot, but an all black truck in this heat, it's death when you open the door. Or several times, like going out and getting customers' cars, you would be surprised how many customers or how many people in 100 degrees do not have their AC on in their car or have it set at like 75 and not like max. It's not cool. Or they just maybe change some things before they pull in. But there were several cars I got in and it was like, why is it so hot? And it's like, I turn the AC down or I turn everything off anyway. I'm like, why is it? It's hot. Oh yes, way to go, Alex. I'm reading up on the suppressor now. Yes, the suppressor. I mean, I don't think I've heard one bad comment or anything. I don't think I've heard one bad experience with the suppressor. So definitely a solid option in my opinion. Even without having one, I think it would be solid. So I need to get one. I'll order one of those too next week. JJ, if you see me order and not order a suppressor, just message me because I need to order one. So actually, I have one. I'm supposed to use this 80 amp in here, but I might not. So I could use this in something, either the Hyde or the Nessie. So I will need one more. I do need one more ESC, regardless. So I'll just probably go ahead and try to grab one. Oh, Brazen Skin, I misplaced it. See, you can set stuff down and it disappears. But yeah, if you're going just, not Sorka or anything related like that, yeah, get a Deluxe portal, well, I guess whatever axles. The Deluxe, like the portal trans or their straight axle trans, they're so small and tiny. They're great options. Or the EXO, if you want just small, the EXO Climber transmission's also good. It's tiny footprint, it's 1-to-1, so you don't have to worry about that. Or they have the Alpinas too. That dual output is pretty convenient. So those, like if I need just a small transmission, it is either the Deluxe Portal transmission or the EXO Climber transmission. Like those are my go-to. They just work so well, and they have such a nice small footprint. You can fit all the things in there with the trans. Deluxe has Portal C-hubs for AR60 spline axles. Ooh. You're saying I can make my... No. I don't need... I do need axles, but I don't need axles. Oh, okay, I see. Gotcha. I see what you're talking about now. Yes, my next purchase is suppressor. Pines for the win. Yeah. And the Trekker skid. Actually, I'm pretty sure the Trekker skid fits the Deluxe. It has enough room. Yeah, because the climber transmission has all the spaces there to fit like a regular axial 3-gear transmission or Team Rajak transmission or of course their Exo transmission, but I think these are actually spaced enough too. Like, I think Theron, the Deluxe Portal transmission did fit in the Trekker skid, so that thing's just like an all-around go-to. What trans was I running on my Reaper? So when I had my Reaper's gone. It sold it to a local guy here, and he's been doing great with it. He's actually won. I sold him the Reaper, and he's actually won the last 2 cash comps with my own truck, with the truck that I built. So it's funny, but I build and drive a different truck almost every single weekend. But so my Reaper, if you go back, I did do a full video on it. So I had the Team Grotjak Ford motor mount, and just the Team Grotjak transfer case in it. And I was 4-linked with servo and axle. Links took a little bit of work. They looked wonky, but they did work. If not, with the Reaper, look, Team Grotjak does make their own transfer case. They have their own transmission for the Reaper. Or like if you want something small in footprint, like the Exo. One of the Exo transmissions will work just fine too. Oh, missed one here. Toby, I'm going to get my mold on the rocks tomorrow. Finished up all the paint last night and just finished up a roller. Nice. You're going to enjoy it. So my mold has seen a couple changes already since the Rocky Mountain event. One, I don't need points, so the pointed out body can stay up on the shelf. Real quick here. SOZ. So for comp, Deluxe isn't a good no, Deluxe is a great transmission. I'm just saying, like, if you're not worried about points. Like, for Sorka, transfer cases count as 4 points. So, like, the Exo transmission, the Climber, and the Alpinus do count as a transfer case. So if you are building for Sorka, you get those points. If you're not worried about Sorka comps, you're not worried about points, and you just want a pure performance, the Deluxe is the smaller of the transmission options and works great. It has great gearing, and everything else like that, and super tiny footprint, the whole 9. Mine actually that I have in there is actually backwards, like, because I picked up a used Portal transmission and it had the wrong motor facing, so I just flipped it for now. Also because I'm poor and don't want to order the flip kit for it. No, the Deluxe is a great transmission, period. It's just, if you're, like I said, if you're building for points, like, this is my Sorka build, so I'm trying for all my points. And transfer case is usually an easy 4 points to get, so I get my full points from the transmission that I choose that counts as a transfer case. But for no points, just strictly performance and, you know, class 2 cheater comp, like I have the Deluxe Portal transmission in here. Super awesome. And if you're on the Deluxe, they did tease a couple new transmissions today. I don't think they posted ETA, but they did tease them. I think that was the Portal trans and the Nod transmission less than 30 grams. That's impressive. That in a transmission less than 30 grams. They looked beautiful. And the carbon fiber. And carbon fiber just looks so good all the time. Yeah, the Trekker skid. Yeah, the Trekker skid's a great skid option for sure. But yeah, Toby, you're going to enjoy the mold. I love this thing. I have an absolute blast with the mullet. And like I said, at Rocky Mountain, this was on Phoenix Portals with 50-point Lexan cliffhanger body. I really like this paint, so I try not to scratch it up all the time. So it sits on the shelf when I need it to, and then we just put this body on. But and it did great there. I mean, I did really good. I was super happy with it. But came back, I was like, you know what, we're just gonna change some stuff up. So we put straight axles, F10 straight axles under it, and been driving with it. And again, still does really well, even with the straight axles. And the prototype mold that I have, I built it initially on straight axles. We did straight axles, Air 44s and Air 45 straight axles. Then we did Air 45 portals and then Phoenix portals. Now we're back to Phoenix straight axles. just trying out all the different stuff. And it still has plenty of breakover and clearance, and everything there just looks really good. I mean, still nice. Still good amount of clearance. Everything's good. And the thing, it just simply works. Definitely one of my favorites. So. But, yeah, actually thinking about it, other than like some small local stuff here and there, the only Sorka event I have left for this year is our own local, our end of the year WCRC Throwdown. That is the last Sorka comp that we'll have in November. So, actually, I'll be good on points wise. Like I said, I'm going to rock the little Lexan EXO that could, as long as I can. And I said, I do have to build a hard body for it for Crawlapalooza because the hard bodies are required. But, and I said, the vision I have, I think it's going to work out really well. The only thing I'm debating, like, I've driven 11.8 for so long, I kind of just want to stay that, but I do know they have great luck running the EXO Class 1 at, like, that 12.3 to 12.5 wheelbase, which would be good at a lot of, you know, the climbing and all of this stuff, but our local area, I think, like, where I drive the most, complements a shorter wheelbase Class 1 for the most part. But if I stay 11.8 and I build my hard body to 11.8, so I can swap. If I want to run the Lexan, I run the Lexan. If I want to run the hard body, I can run the hard body. So it's just kind of whatever I'm feeling. SLZ C3 going with a high-low chopper. There you go. Chopper's so fun. I still have 2 chopped capper cages over there. Ow. Oh, I need to mess around with, actually. Does remind me, I have wanted to check. Because the chopper is fun. Like, ooh. So the apex deal, your body has to be 4 inches tall. So I can cut another 1/2 inch off and 5 inches wide. Okay, we're good there. And we're good there. Okay. So even though it's a, you know, it's a Class 2 cheater rig event, you know, there are still some rules. You can't just, that way you don't show up with a sporty, basically, and run Class 2. Blind Garcia, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Always good to hear from you. Toby, I did my mullet a bit different. Leafs in the rear, 3 linked in the front. That is one that I have been thinking of doing. I like that. I think that's a good, that leafed rear, linked front, I think is a good way to go. Did I cut too much off of that? Or not enough? And said I enjoy the chopper. But I don't want to take the grill off. That's just one that hits my links. So we'll skip that one. You know, that can still work. Oh, I got the Tamiya F350 body trimmed and it's set nice long. There you go. Always good. See that one? Yeah, I want to see some video of yours when you get it all done. I was looking at your pictures when you posted that earlier. It looks good. I'm excited to see it up and running officially all the way. So definitely looking forward to that one. So. I don't know how that works or doesn't work, but whatever. But anyways, I don't know. Maybe I might have to just snag me another. I could just snag another cage. It's not a. Oh, it's because I did stretch. I put a spacer in there to stretch that, but I don't actually necessarily have to. I don't know. We might grab another cage and do some messing around here. We might check a few things. I have a couple capper cages. I had a chopper, just not on a high-low. Well, can't say that. The kiddo's high-low was a chopper for a very long time, and he liked it quite a bit. And looked good, but we needed to snag him some points, so that's what we did. But in the meantime, we've been working on some of his other builds, going from there. Love the look of the chopped down capper. Yes, they do. They look really good. Like, they really do. Like, I can't really like hate on them at all because they look. It's like it almost is meant to be a little bit. Like, they do look that good. So, but yeah, and honestly, like I said, I've been running the Lily body, and it's actually done really good. And I was worried at first because when I was cutting the body and everything, it is on the thinner side. But honestly, it has held up exceptionally well, and it has taken some tumbles. It's taken some abuse, and it's held up pretty good. So definitely, that's definitely good. Thunder, maybe? I'm not sure. So, yeah, definitely good. Like I said, when I was trimming it, when you trim it, like, you can feel, like, nice, thick Lexan bodies and thin. Like, this body looks good and fits just really, really well because everything's nice and open. It is aggressive all the way around. But I was worried because it is on that thinner side. But it is held up really, really well. There are a few more little trims I need to do here because if you've seen some of the videos I post on the pages, like, you can hear or see where the body catches. Like, the chassis actually, the chassis has better clearance than the body does because I haven't trimmed the body as much as I can apparently. So, did I figure out how to get Tier D Adventures t-shirts up for sale? Not yet. That is on my agenda. A lot going on. Work's been on the wild side. So, and got plenty of other stuff here around the house and everything else has been going on. So, other than, I said it's been a long couple of days. Like, I'm exhausted between work and just heat and just the heat. I'm just kind of wore out, but it's on the agenda. I just haven't got to it. Just even my weekends have been full, and honestly, other than like my live streams, I've done a little bits here and there. I made a mad dash to get Class 1 ready, and then ended up not having to comp with it. And then late last night, I went to sleep, and then I woke up and couldn't get back to sleep, so I just finished getting that all done. I said I had a couple videos on my feed there, loaded up, almost done editing. I just haven't finished doing any of that to get some loaded because I have the full driving video here on the Class 1. I just haven't got around to putting it all up there yet. So we will get there. I said, I know I have a Teespring, I just haven't figured out how to get it to launch correctly or to save. It could have just been me, but as soon as I figure that out, if I get that figured out, I'll post up there and share it out there. Even if it is just Teespring for now, at least it gives a way to get some shirts ordered and whatnot. So that, I think, would be pretty nifty there. But all in all, I'm definitely excited for the next, couple little things here and there. I said Oklahoma here in the next 2 weeks has a cash comp, but I think it's the same weekend as our local one here. So I don't know which one of those I will have to miss out on. But then, the next one, at first, I think September 8th and 9th, the Apex Scale Challenge. I think I've shared it on my Facebook a couple times, but it's at Disney, which Disney has amazing terrain. It's all, you can just crawl for days with your little tiny trucks or your big trucks. Plenty of room for crawling, plenty of room for event, parking, places to stay, the whole nine. So we'll be there for that one. And I said, it's a full weekend of Class 2 cheater trucks. 8 courses. I said there are very few rules. Mostly just on no skill points, but they just want you to have 6 skill items, which is pretty simple. 6 skill items. So a little piece of exhaust, a little bungee, a winch point, a license plate, my winch, and rotors. 6 points. Nothing crazy, nothing heavy, just like that. I think the chassis has to be 1 inch longer than the wheelbase, not including bumpers. So if your wheelbase is 13 inches, your chassis without bumpers needs to at least be 14 inches. Front bumper is required, and body has to at least be 4 inches tall. No, per Sorga, it's back. Okay, but anyways, so yeah, pretty simple, straightforward. Like I said, yeah, even though it's